Awesome. All right, Dustin. So we got the Arnold Classic recap.
Oh, yeah.
happening right now.
Dude, a lot to talk about, a lot to unpack there, brother. I mean, shoot, we have a fitness influencer who got his pro card.
Yep.
We got a few upsets.
2 upsets in particular that I definitely want to go in depth on. You know, I think we also had a death, you know, which we could talk about. I don't know much about it. I've tried to find research, guys. There's not much out there. You know, I don't think people want to talk about too much. We'll get into that topic a little bit. But first of all, my boy Derek, you know.
Let's go.
Pull out
Let's go.
That I knew was going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, this was a Derek Lunsford that I always knew was under there, right? And I'm very happy to see it. So give me your take on that.
So, you know, I mean, obviously, he wasn't able to get the Olympia title again, back to back, right? Yep. And so we were kind of sad about that, right? And so Mr. Samson Dowda came in, he crushed it. I mean, arguably, I feel like that was the best conditioning he's ever had, and Derek was off, you know?
Yeah.
To see Derek back on was amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I believe that he deserved it. He looked nasty up there in comparison to the others. And I just don't think, without a question of a doubt, that he deserved it.
Yeah,
for sure.
You know what it is, man? It's always like you have to beat your best, and that's the unfortunate truth about bodybuilding. That's how the judges do it.
Yeah.
So Samson, that was the best Samson that we've seen at the last year's Olympia, right?
Agreed.
Again, I have been very vocal on this podcast saying that he was the softest Mr. Olympia in the past 20 years, and I will stand by that statement still to this day. But they gave him the win. Good enough to win, right?
Yep.
Why? Two reasons, right? One, I think Hadi fucked up when he walked off stage. I do think that had a big thing to do with it, right?
Yep.
Whether people want to admit it or not, I do, because Hadi was on at the Olympia, and I feel like he still should have did that. But that's my conclusion. 2, Derek Lunsford was off, just like you said. That man was off, right? And Samson was on enough to get the win. Now, coming in the Arnold Classic, I think that Samson, you know, made a huge mistake doing the Arnold Classic. You know, he's probably the first Olympia winner in God, I don't even remember, maybe like the 2000s that has lost, maybe Ronnie Coleman, that has lost while having the Mr. Olympia title.
You mean other than fucking Aaron Banks?
Well, yeah.
But I mean, we're talking about open, though.
Open Olympia.
Absolutely. The first open Olympia athlete to win an Olympia title and then go into another competition and lose it. Yeah.
I mean, you're talking probably since Ronnie Coleman, when he lost, I think he lost one to Gunter or something back in the day.
Yeah.
And usually it's when you win the Olympia title, you stop competing, right? You take it down, you build the physique, because me as a bodybuilder fan, I want to see a massive improvement, right?
Yeah.
And I was rooting for Samson to make that and to prove me wrong. And he proved me right. You know, he came in sloppy, he came in off. His stomach, dude, was not tight like it was. No. He was just off, you know, and I think it was probably from over dieting. So huge congratulations to Derek, right?
Derek, absolutely.
Huge accomplishment from him. Now, we were very vocal on this podcast thinking he did get a new coach.
Chris Aceto.
We didn't know how it was. Is it Chris?
Isn't it?
I don't think so. I think it's some guy I never even met. I don't know. Is it Chris?
I'm pretty sure.
For sure. 100% Chris?
I'm pretty sure.
Chris. I didn't see any pictures, though.
The real technician.
Chris, yeah, but that was weird for me. I didn't see any pictures with Derek and him together. I don't know. Whatever. If it is Chris, great for them. They figured out, you know, the strategy. So what do you think that helped Derek getting a new coach?
I think that kind of allowed him to recage his brain and just like focus a little bit more. You know, I mean, not only did he get a new coach, he got a new supplement line. He got, you know, now he's partnered with Jocko, right?
Oh, so he's not with Evogen.
He's not with Evogen anymore. Like, well, I don't know what the deal with that is. I don't think that there's any bad blood between him and Hani, but you know, how did he come on? How did he come in off on the Olympia? I don't know. Did it have something to do with the attention to detail that Hani wasn't able to give to him because he had so many people in there?
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, Chris Aceto had what? Derek didn't he? No. Well, yeah, he did. He got Ali fucking 8 days before the Arnold.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy to me.
He was like, all the money can go to Chris. Remember that video?
Right. Yeah.
Which is crazy, guys. If you guys know who he is, he was the men's physique champion of this weekend, beat Aaron Banks, right? But you know, let's get back to Derek. You know, Derek made this huge improvement from the Olympia to now. So how do you think that was done?
Again, they had their game plan, right? So number one, they got back into it, they game plan. He probably was like, hey, this is what worked for me. I don't believe this worked for me, blah, 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 blah. And Chris was probably like, don't even worry about it. I got you.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's a guru. He knows what the hell he's talking about. He's been in the game for such a long time. He's dealt with many other different athletes, different physiques, different metabolisms that do different shit, you know? Yeah. And I believe that he had the right recipe. Now, when I was looking at Derek a little bit, and I don't mean, you can correct me if you feel any different, but I don't know, like his legs were on in some shots, and some shots his abs were off.
His abs? Or
Yeah. I didn't feel like his abs were always
so
in condition.
I agree between the prejudging and night show.
Yeah.
Because if you look at prejudging and he hit that side chest,
Yep.
he put up a picture, right? Or people put up a picture of him between Olympia and Arnold.
Yeah.
And in the morning show or the Friday night show, Friday night, dude, they were fucking tight. His side, it was tight as shit. Saturday, I do feel like he was fading. And Phil Heath was actually talking about this on the podcast, how Derek Lunsford was fading as it was going. That's why he didn't know if it was going to go. But it was still easy enough, bro. It was
yeah, for sure.
It was way off. But you look at Samson, right? Put them side by side. Samson at the Olympia was tighter. You put him in now, he's in a side chest. He's like this.
Yeah,
He had a bubblegum bonanza almost going on. Not really, not like it was 10 years ago, guys. But we've come a long way since then. The Phil Heath era, right? But really good, really good.
Absolutely.
The thing is, I hate on Samson so much, but I'm a huge fan actually. Like I think he has the best shape on the entire stage.
He's fucking nasty.
I just love conditioning, and I'm so glad that Derek made it. A big problem with Derek, guys, if you go back and look at his videos, but all the Olympia videos, he was not able to contract his hamstrings like he was at this show.
Dude, he fucking nailed it, bro. Yeah. His side shot, side chest, bro. Oh my God, that was clean.
And when he flexes his glute in the side chest, it looks like unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
And then sometimes he doesn't, and it's like, okay, that's good. But when he flexes his glute, it's crazy. And when you turn him to the back, he was the piano wires. He reminds me of Phil Heath, actually. Remember Phil Heath's glutes and his hamstrings? And he would turn around and he'd be like, look at this shit. It was very reminiscent of that, right? Very similar. But I personally think if you go back, someone put up a side-by-side between his both back shots.
Okay.
His back was bigger, in my opinion. What do you think? In the Olympia. It was fuller in the middle. It was bigger, but it was more conditioned now. Yeah. What do you think?
I'd agree, but I mean, shit. Just looking at him and the other three guys who was up there, Andrew Jack, freaking Sampson, and Brandon Curry.
Yep.
Right.
Hats off to Brandon, man.
Dude, Brandon looked nasty too. Bro. I mean, you can't.
He's older, but goddamn,
bro,
from the Olympia to now,
right? Great improvements. Great improvements.
Yeah. Andrew Jack, though, what do you think? I think he went backwards.
Dude, I think he went backwards too.
He's just catching him, bro. I'm about to get that money, big sir. Let's go, boy.
I think Andrew and Sampson, they went backwards on this one. Derek and Brandon definitely improved. For sure. What would you think? I mean, because, Hottie was last year's freaking champion. What would you think if Hottie would have showed up? I mean, why? I don't know, man. What do you agree that with Hottie's decision to pull out?
I think that Hottie's smart. I think that he needs to stop pushing his physique. He's getting older. I think that Samson and Andrew both need to take a page out of the old school rule book, and when you win the Olympia, don't fucking come back. Or think about it, you're so tall, dude. These guys are tall. You can't compete all year round, guys. Like even Jay Cutler says it all the time. Friggin' Tom Platt says it all the time. You can't just compete 4 or 5 times a year. You're never going to be able to really build your physique. Jay Cutler only competed a few times a year, right? Well, back to back. They would do it, and they would do like 3 or 4 shows, and then cut it for the season and get big and get healthy, right? I don't think that Andrew Jack has given his body enough time to get healthy. I don't think Samson has given himself enough time to get healthy. And what happens, right? You do a prep, you're probably increasing the compounds, even though you've been on it for so long.
Absolutely.
I don't know. This is me speculating. I'm just thinking how they keep this man that big all year round. Not only big, in great shape year round.
In full.
Because he is in great shape. But would you rather be great shape year round or peeled for one day of the year to win the fucking Olympia?
I mean, I'd rather be peeled. If I'm going to be Mr. Olympia, again, like you said initially, you have to beat the champ. Like you in yourself, like everybody won is going there to beat the champ, but you as the champ has to beat the champ of last year. And if you don't, then you're walking backwards at this point. And so by competing more times than just the Olympia, you're absolutely not giving yourself the opportunity to come back into that health phase and then be able to recover, come back to somewhat of a homeostasis, and then make a great push into the Olympia to beat your best.
Yeah. How off do you think Samson was from the Olympia to now?
Dude, I don't know. I mean, like you're saying, I feel like his gut was a little bit bigger. Again, he wasn't as conditioned. I don't know, 15, 20%, 15.
Now, was it the pizza? Do you think he had a pizza?
I don't know. Hopefully he's not eating pizza.
Because I think he did. I think he's lying. I think he's adding pizza. Okay, if you were to win the Olympia, bro, and you ate pizza every week, right? Let's say, hypothetically, you ate pizza every fucking week to win the Olympia, right?
Right.
Would you still eat pizza after that?
Absolutely. I won the Olympia. It got me that far.
So why would you not?
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I don't know, man.
It's like you have to always try to level up, right? And Samson, I think now I'm gonna mark my words on this. I could be fucking wrong.
Could be.
We're gonna see a different Samson. I personally believe that. I think we're gonna see a different Samson. I personally have always wanted to see an unbelievable conditioned monster. I think we're gonna see a disciplined bodybuilder now because he lost the title. Look at Derek, bro. You're different when you lose. Life isn't always about fucking winning, right? You have to be willing to lose and come back fucking better, just like Derek did. And guys, I've been telling you all the time, you cannot come into the Olympia soft. I'm sorry, but like that was a one-time thing. That will never happen again. Samson has to go back to the drawing board, get conditioned, come back, and I think he can do it.
Do you think he's going to compete again before the Olympia?
Absolutely fucking not.
He better not.
He's done to the Olympia.
I
Mark my
hope
words.
to God he's fucking done to the Olympia. Both of them, both him and Derek, done.
It's also hard, man. You know, like with that amount of money that Arnold poured out for that
Dude,
Olympia.
500,000.
You pass that up?
Fuck no.
Come on. I don't blame him. I don't blame the guy because you got to think you look at his story, right? He was in poverty, man. Like this guy had nothing fucking 10 years ago, 5 years ago. Look at him now. And that's why I don't blame Samson for competing that much. But I'm a bodybuilding fan at heart. I want to see him take the off season, become healthy, get a fucking coach. Like get a coach, because I know him and his wife can coach each other. That's fine. But you need somebody that's different, man. You need somebody that really can look you and just shoot you straight. He needs to find a coach that brings the best out of him. And that's just what I got to say about Samson. Now Derek, goddamn, I don't know who's winning Olympia now.
Dude, I mean, well, again, right now, if you think about the favorite, I mean, right now, Derek's the favorite again.
Yep.
He is favored to win the Olympia, and that's got to be another chip on fucking Samson's shoulder so that he can really hone in and hopefully discipline himself enough to not eat pizza. If he is, I don't know. I mean, we'll go, you know, who knows, but hopefully he gets disciplined enough to try something different, you know? If in fact that's what he is doing, hopefully he does something to try something different to then level up even further. Because I mean, there is room for improvement. There is. How do we make those room for improvements if you're still doing the same shit? It's just not going to work.
I know.
You got to do something different. So hopefully he's got that in his mind to where he understands now he's got to do something different.
Yeah. How close do you think Derek is to his best ever?
Dude, I don't even think he reached his best yet.
You don't think he's even close?
No, I think he can come in even more conditioned. I believe he can.
You think he can?
Absolutely. I didn't like. I mean, again, when I was watching the live show of him in prejudging, I was just like, "Fuck, man!" But then, you know, obviously they brought him out. They brought the 4 out, and I was like, "Okay, cool. He's in the top 4." I figured that he would be. I mean, obviously he looks amazing. And then him in comparison with the other guys, dude, his legs were in. Like for sure, his legs were fucking in. I haven't seen his legs like that.
Yeah,
ever
since 212.
Right.
It's like he won the 212.
So I was happy to see his legs in, but then he would hit it. He hit this ab shot, and I was like, dude, it was nasty. But then at the same time, I was like, dude, some of it just looked like it was going away. It was just a tad off for me. But I know he's still working. You know, Chris Aceto's still trying to figure him out, which is okay. I mean, I understood he's still a new athlete, but they were able to do enough to win the freaking Arnold. Now I think that he can come back even better, and I hope that he does. Into the Olympia.
I think he definitely could. You know, and I always look back at time, like we always go back in time, right? Ronnie Coleman 1998, that was not the best Ronnie Coleman we've ever seen, right? 1999 was not the best Ronnie Coleman we've ever seen. In my opinion, 03 was the best. So you're talking 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, we're talking what, 5 years? You know, so Derek, he's still so young. That's why he's the weird. He's the weird person for me. I don't know how much he could put on because you see, like Samson, he's only getting older, man. You know what I'm saying? He's getting up to late 30s now, Samson. So how much room does he have? Derek is young. He's probably what, 32, maybe my age, maybe even younger.
Yeah,
maybe even younger, guys. That's how young this is. So I wonder how long he has to go, right? I wonder how much improvement he has. Because same thing with Phil Heath. When Phil Heath came out, won the Olympia, his best to me was 2013. That was like done. And he got a little bit worse every year, but still amazing enough to win, right? Let's see what happens with Derek. I think I'm excited about everything. Let's switch tones a little bit. We could talk about men's physique. I want to talk about men's physique. Ali
Bilal,
my
dude.
fucking
Dude,
God.
he looks fucking nasty.
Dude.
Made great improvements to the back, right? Which was his feedback from the Olympia, right? Is that he needs more depth in his back. I mean, fucking that's always everybody's pretty much.
Saying the
You know what I mean? Like, and you need more back, need more density. Cool, I get it. But he made those improvements, and his front shot looked even nastier this time. Like, just like
you see what Jay Cutler was saying when he's like, he's never seen anything so crazy. When he lifted this thing up, and it's just,
yeah.
Oh my God. I don't know. Have we ever seen somebody that conditioned in the midsection before?
No, I don't think
in
so.
any division ever.
No, I don't believe so.
I don't think so, bro. I think he takes the crown and takes the king of having the midsection.
Yeah, I would
in
agree.
the world.
I would say #1 midsection in the world for sure.
Like in history, I think.
Absolutely. And then what? Aaron Banks won second, right?
He got second. You know what? You know,
but I believe that. But he pulled it off. Let's just say this: he was third or fourth in fucking prejudging. And then he come the finals.
Exactly.
Come the finals, he was able to work himself back up
And
work himself in. Exactly. So that goes to show you, if you stay on your shit and you keep everything freaking tight, you know, things could happen for you. I don't necessarily know what happened to Diogo, but he went backwards just a little bit.
I don't know. I mean, at that point, guys, it's so small. Every little detail matters at that point, right? Every watt, if you pull too much water, you're gonna flatten out.
Yeah.
Do you need to add water because you're too flat and you need to add carbs, but you can't pull water underneath the skin. You can't get that subcutaneous water either. So it's tough, you know. And I think when you do those 2-day shows, which thank God in the NPC we don't really, and that's majority of the people that I coach, right? You don't have to do 2-day shows. No. It's usually a 1-day show. You just have to coast that physique for. I always tell people, you know, most of the people who watch this aren't pros, right? When you guys go to these national level shows, you need to nail it. At prejudging. That's one. That's it. That's
the only chance you got.
That's it. You got prejudging. After you walk off stage prejudging, you got the pro card or you did it. Now, on some occasions, they'll rejudge you at nighttime. We have seen it done a few times. Correct. Sandy's done it. Tyler's done it in front of me. But for the most part, it's you're done at prejudging. With everything else, when you're doing these 2-day shows, the Arnold, the Olympia, they're gonna judge you twice.
Absolutely.
And you could fall back a few spots. I don't think you'll lose that many spots, but I think you fall back 2 or 3 places when it's that close between them guys. So I was so impressed by Ali. Oh my God. Wow. I was actually, that look, is it beating Ryan Terry?
Fuck, dude. I mean, right now, I'm thinking there's a very good chance that it could fucking do it.
Yeah.
But, you know, Ryan Terry could then, I don't know, man. You really never know at this point. Ryan Terry looks great all year fucking round. I mean, Ollie looked great all year round pretty much. And then, you know, he comes in here and he does this. Now he's going to go back to New York Pro. I think he's going to do it again. I think he's going to do the Pittsburgh Pro again. And Aaron Banks is going back for the Pittsburgh Pro.
Ollie is?
Yeah, I think so. Wow. I'm pretty sure. Because now it's the Pit Pro or Pit whatever. And now it has an expo and all that type of stuff. And the money's higher.
Pittsburgh, yeah.
So, you know, I think I mean, but that's the thing, though. If you really want, in terms of being a promoter, if you really want to bring more people and more of those high-level, top-tier competitors to your competition, you're going to have to raise the money.
That's true. And
so that's what they're doing, but they're chasing that. And so this guy raises, or this promoter raises the money, and then, oh, shit, now we got freaking top-level Olympians coming to the freaking show.
Exactly. So, and I do think the Pittsburgh's a little bit different. You know, that is the
it's theirs.
Show, pretty much. It's their big show that they do every year. I'm glad to see that they're expanding. They're putting more money back to the community, to the bodybuilding community.
Yep.
Love that. But I don't know if Ali should keep competing. I think his name is so fucking high.
Right now,
he will lose.
There's going to be somebody that might knock him off. Absolutely.
Mark my words. If he keeps competing, the judges will do this just to say, well, go, leave. Go and not, let me see at the Olympia.
So why do you think that he left George Farah? I mean, I don't really know anything. I'm pretty sure that you don't have any education on that. Like, would you?
Yeah.
Do you have an opinion or no?
I got a little opinion. You know, I think that George Farah has been in this game so long. You know, most people don't stay with George. I don't know why it is. I actually honestly feel kind of bad for him, right? But there's something he's doing wrong because he always loses athletes. He loses great quality athletes, right? And sometimes he's losing winning athletes as well. You know, like I think he'll have clients that win, and they lose. They leave him. I don't know why. Maybe he's like treating them badly. Maybe he's not as good as people think he is. And maybe he's allowing the athlete to have a lot of leeway. I personally don't know, but the fact that he left, if it is true, and he left and went to Chris Aceto and is giving Chris Aceto all this fucking praise, it tells me that it was a coaching problem, right? It's a coaching problem because what else would it be, right? It has to be a coaching problem. What do you think?
I mean, shit, I don't know. I read something in terms of, I think George Farah put out a post, and if I find it again, I'll put it up right here. But basically, he was stating that Ali was saying, you know, I can coach myself, and that's what I thought. I wasn't sure what the heck was going on. I thought that he was going in to coach himself. From reading what I read from George Farah, I thought that he was done coaching with George Farah, and then, you know, he won the Arnold with George Farah, and then now he was going to continue coaching himself like Ryan Terry, because Ryan Terry coaches himself. So I was like, okay, you know, I can understand that. But then the deeper that I looked, or the more that I scrolled, I should say, you know, it popped up that stated that he went with Chris Aceto 8 days prior to the Arnold.
Wow.
So I mean, I don't know what the problem is. I mean, it could very well be a coaching issue, but you know, the way that George Farah made it seem in terms of it was a mutual kind of like I give you my blessing, kind of go on your way type of deal.
Yeah, I feel like the saddest part is, you know, we've had athletes on this team leave. Not many, but, you know, there was one in particular that did leave. And without me knowing, didn't say anything to me, just left, went with another coach. And I think when you get put in that position as a coach, the best thing you could do is take that high road, right? The best thing George to do is be, you know what? Hats off to you. He's done this so many times. He lost Kai Green at one point. He lost like, hats off to you.
He had Andrew Jack.
Good luck. We don't know if Ali was working with Chris Aceto this whole fucking time, right? He could have been working on him for 3 months and never even listened to George. And that's why they had that falling out. So we can't really comment on that. I just know from, if you're going to leave a coach, guys, if you're not listening to your coach to the T, just have that conversation, part ways. Maybe he's not meant for you. Find a coach that you're going to trust, right? I think that is so heavily important because or else you're just going to play that mind game. And the fact that he did give that much praise to Chris and you can keep the money, all that stuff, I think it's disrespectful if you had a coach. Could you imagine, bro? Could you imagine if I was coaching you and then 8 days later, you went on
8 days prior to,
on an interview and was like, yeah, shout out to this guy. He's only been coaching me for 8 days, but I'm giving him all the money, whatever, making jokes and shit. Bro, I'd be hurting. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, wow, like what the fuck?
Pretty crushed.
But it kind of happens all the time. You know, I think Samson had the same thing with his wife, right? He wanted to look like his wife was coaching him. And the one coach that helped Samson the entire Olympia prep was like, went there, pictures, videos, helped him all behind the scenes. Gave him zero credit for that. Do you know about that? No, yeah.
That was this Olympia?
Yep, I went back and looked. You know, he pretty much had a silent coach that was helping him, and he put out screenshots. I think it was screenshots. I swear to you, I think it was screenshots of like saying like that Samson was like, dude, you did everything, but I need my wife to get it. Like my wife needs this
has
look.
to
I
have
have
the
to have this
credibility,
look, right? And he it was a big thing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a big thing.
So the dude fucking screenshotted the receipts and everything like that.
Yeah. I think so. And I don't know all the details.
You're gonna have to find that for me. If you find that,
rough.
no, that's,
it's so secret where like I had to like find it. But you go on this guy's page. If we could somehow find this guy's page, go on it, scroll down. He was posting like check-in videos with him and like training. It was crazy. Yeah.
That's nuts.
So it's sad, man. It's sad, you know, because the coach is putting a lot. I think coaches, you know, you coach a lot of athletes, man. Imagine if you brought somebody to stage and like they just gave somebody else the credit or they didn't appreciate your help for getting there. It's sad, you know.
That's pretty
rough. Sad, but yeah.
I mean, I've had that happen in terms of like having athletes that went on to stage that actually helped pose, and then they thanked everybody else, and then really necessarily.
Exactly. Oh, thanks, Dustin, for the posing out. Yeah, now just one little thank you.
I don't mind. You know,
I'm appreciative. You know, if someone helped me, I'm gonna fucking make sure you know.
Absolutely.
You know, like period. End of story.
Anyways, what else we got?
Let's talk about bikini because this is something that you know a lot of women follow this podcast. We would say it. Probably more women than men. You know, bikini was a upset in my opinion. You know,
yeah, I would say that.
Vanya, wow, she's probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite.
You've said that
bikini
multiple times,
right
absolutely.
Now, because she stuck to her game plan, right? If you look at Amy, you look at Ashlyn, bro, you look at all these girls, they're getting massive. Like, and I personally love that look. I really do. I like progression, but when I could put you, Amy, I put her on stage from the back, bro, in a wellness competition, she wouldn't place last. Okay. This girl is big. Like these girls are getting so big. In my opinion, this is my opinion only. Once you introduce Fit Model, I feel like all the bikini girls thought like, wow, I need to get bigger now. I need to get more conditioning. Did you see Amy? She was fucking peeled. That girl was looking good. And I love that look. I'm a fan of that look. But Vanya kept to her game plan, right? She's like, no, I'm going to keep the bikini, right? Full glutes, soft separation. It's the sass. She did it right. And that's what I think happened this past week. And it was also a wake-up call for the bikini competitors because I think if the judges reward Vanya, they're saying, hey, guess what, Amy?
This is what we want.
You're a little bit too big. Ashton, you're a little bit too big. Maybe you're a little bit too conditioned. Now, I could be completely wrong. This is me just looking at it and making a judgment call, but that's what I feel.
What do you think about my girl, Jazzy?
I think I actually didn't see her individually because was she in the first call-outs?
I'm pretty, well...
Like when they brought up like the 4 or whatever it was. I don't know. Don't quote me on this guy. I really didn't watch the full bikini. I just watched the recap videos.
Yeah, I watched a little bit
because I was moving this weekend, so I wasn't able to sit down and watch everything. But I love Jazzy's look, man. She is so good. You know, nasty good. Dirty, nasty good. But I don't know what happened with that one. I think, again, maybe it was the same plan. I got to go back and watch her videos.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and go back and recap it. But, you know, she was she might still be. I don't think she's in the Marine Corps anymore, but she was a prior Marine and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I was no, hoorah, let's go.
But Olympia... she killed it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
She had her higher in the Olympia. So I'm guessing it was probably that same thing. But, you know, these girls are getting big, man. Bikini is no joke now. Girls don't understand. And everyone who comes to me and they're like, I want to turn pro naturally, it is going to be tough. Like, I'm not saying it can't be done, but it is going to be nearly impossible. I mean, Phoebe was, right? Phoebe, was that the last person that turned pro naturally? wow, you know, it's getting harder. Every year it's getting harder.
Absolutely.
You know,
And like you said, these girls are getting bigger. And what we mean by bigger is like fuller. They're getting fuller. Their muscles are getting larger, right? So don't think that we're thinking that they're getting fucking bigger, but
yeah.
you know.
But Amy's waist. Did you watch the Bikini Olympia a little bit?
Just very, very
Olympia?
minimal.
A little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Okay. Amy's waist, I feel like wasn't as tight as we usually see it, right?
Yeah.
And she doesn't have the smallest midsection. She
No,
always has
I'd
a
agree.
little bit of midsection going on there, a little bit thicker. But I personally think that it wasn't as tight as normal. I don't know why that is because she was so fucking peeled. Maybe it was a carb up problem. I don't know, but I love all their looks. I mean, it's apples and oranges. It's just I'm so happy for Vanya, man. And she actually did say she was the first African American that won the Arnold. I know usually, you know, the whole DI shit, I don't believe in that, but that's a huge accomplishment in bikini because there has not been that many black champions in bikini. I don't know why, because they know how to fucking move. And I'm just very proud of fucking Vanya for slam dunking that. Now, can she win the Olympia?
Ooh, I mean,
Because I don't think we've ever had a black bikini Olympia before, have we? And if anyone could do it, it's this one.
I think it's funny. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. She looks fucking amazing.
Because she's fucking on point, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, again, I don't really care what color skin you are, guys. I don't fucking care. But I just think it is cool. And I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's hard to pull that shit together for her. Like, for some reason, when black girls, right, put on the suit, it's hard to have that look, right? You have to have that specific look because of the lights, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's tough. That's why black bodybuilders, right? They never really look truly conditioned, right? Like Samson, not everyone talks shit about conditioning. I definitely do for sure. But some of them are so peeled, but you can't really see it with the light. Which maybe it works for bikini. I don't know, but I'm not even talking about too much about color. But I'm so happy for her, and she fucking killed that shit. And I personally think that she could win the fucking Olympia.
I think so.
I think she could do it.
I think so. I mean, if that's where we're going with bikini again, and we're trying to keep the tradition of bikini, and I mean, I believe every division has to do some sort of evolution, but I think they've evolved too much, and some of these girls, like you're saying, are just they're right on the cusp now, and they kind of like pick. What do you want to do? Do you want to go? I honestly, I feel like that's where I'm at. Like my legs are growing.
Yep.
So it's like, dude, and I've been doing my poses and all that stuff, and I'm like, dude, I don't know. Hopefully they don't fucking
we
track
could
me
always
down.
take a jump. You know,
Yeah, we never know.
We can always take a jump up in classes.
We'll see. We'll see.
It's just tough, man. You know, and again, I actually like the whole skin, you know, color topic because it's fun. Because if you look at classic physique, right? Who really owns classic physique race wise?
I mean, it's been the white guys.
The white guys, right? Because it's the lighting, I think, and it's the conditioning level that we're able to get to. Now, who destroys wellness?
Who destroys wellness? Those are the Brazilians.
Brazilian motherfucker, right? Who destroys physique?
Who destroys physique?
Men's physique.
Mainly for me, what I've seen is the black dudes.
Black dudes, bro. They fucking got
Them
that
motherfuckers got them bags, bro. My
They're insane.
gosh,
Right.
bro.
Figure, black girls, they destroy.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, yeah.
Their waist,
shoulders,
is
waist,
unbelievable.
shoulder
You know,
waist ratio is
even men's
nasty.
open bodybuilding, bro. Like, I'm sorry, white people. Derek is a freak, but
Derek's freak.
my favorite bodybuilders in history are black, right?
Dude, I mean, look
Sean
for example, who the fuck was on that stage right there? There was one white guy, okay?
Yep.
Right?
So there's a reason, and why I try to tell people this is because it's just hard, and that's why I really appreciate Vanya's look because it's so difficult to achieve what she's achieved. You know, because keeping her body small, you know, it's really just an accomplishment for her, and I'm just very happy. But you know, it is fun to look at history, and I think history again tells everything, right? Bodybuilding is just it's Stu Sampson's a monster, bro.
So
Heath was talking about him on the podcast or while he was live, right?
Yeah.
In the back shot, he was like, Samson's legs are like twice the size of Derek. And Phil Heath was kissing Samson's ass the entire time. I don't know if you heard it. I don't know why. Because I think it's because he's such a fan of Derek. Didn't want to be like related ice to him. But he was like like really harping on Samson being better than Derek. And Derek upset him. I don't know. It was cool. And I love Phil Heath, but I think he was wrong there. He was wrong. But if you look at the back shot, dude, Samson's legs are twice the size of Derek's.
dude, they're nasty. They're huge. He's fucking
a gorilla, bro.
massive,
He's a fucking
dude.
big man. You
Oh,
know?
yeah. Oh,
Joe the realtor was actually sending me pictures of him. He was just saying, he's like, dude, this guy's like 3 times my size. Yeah, Joe and Laura, they love bodybuilding, man.
Dude,
They're so
no.
passionate
They're
about
always
bodybuilding.
up in there.
Always an
Every freaking Arnold.
Local shows, every single local show. It's pretty cool, man. I love, you know, if I go back in time and the more I coach, the more I think, like, I wouldn't say I lost the passion for bodybuilding. I'm focusing so hard on the athletes now that I try not to look at everything else. I try to zone out that, focus on the athletes, focus on the stage. And I wish I had the time to go to all these shows and just have some fun. Like, I actually want to make that a thing because why am I not going to every Olympia? You know, I love the Olympia. It's what I've always been passionate about. because I'm just a fan, right? I need to start going to more Olympias.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. We should definitely do that.
definitely
And then we definitely got to make an appearance over at the Arnold at least one year.
I agree.
You know
We
what
can go next year for sure.
That'd be
I do like Warrior Talk on the go and shit.
That'd be sick.
Bro, what's up? We got another big thing. Sam, talk about him.
Oh shit, let's go. All right, so Sam Sulek, you know, congratulations to him winning his pro card. He's getting a lot of backlash and a negative controversy because they think that there's a lot of politics involved. I know that you're not going to hold back your opinion. What the fuck do you think? Do you think that Sam deserved it, or do you think that it was given to him?
Oh, this is tough. This guys, this is hard for me, right? Because I liked Sam's look. Yeah. I think he outsized the competition.
Absolutely.
He was bigger. He had a great presence. And I got to say, man, for growing the sport of bodybuilding, he has done so much. He is probably the first guy that's went out there and recorded every day. Every day he'd be posting 12-hour like big videos, right? He posts one a day. That is something that is just remarkable, right? He did it differently with the whole, milk and shit. But bringing it back, do I think he deserved to win? I'd have to be there, man. And I from what I've seen,
I don't think the videos and pictures give it justice.
From what I've seen, I don't know if there's enough evidence for me to say he didn't win.
I would agree.
So I have to say he's going to win because, okay, if you are such a big sensation and I'm a judge and you are such, who are you going to be looking at on stage?
I'll be looking at him the whole time.
The whole fucking time.
Unless somebody really surprises me and takes my gaze off of him, right, and strikes me by surprise. Like, oh shit, this guy, like, I can't stop looking at this guy. But I mean, at the same time, we're really going to try to look at Sam and fucking pick him apart.
Pick him apart. Yep. And if you look, you're only as good as your last show. And he
was better.
Made a huge change
Absolutely.
From show to show.
Absolutely, I agree.
And I promise you right now, guys, the judges will see that. And this is why I think it's super important for people to do multiple national shows. Because let's just say you bring a show once, right? Let's say Sam brought that first physique to nationals.
Yep.
He would have never won his pro card, guys.
Nah, he wouldn't have got it.
But because he went light years ahead, which is Sam Sulek, I mean, he probably had the best people in the world in his corner helping him. But because he made so much progress so fast, the judges are like, dude, have the fucking pro card, right? Because he was not off. He fixed a lot of the posing problems.
I agree.
You saw all the separation in his legs. I think from the back, he's just a young guy, bro. Like, there was a lot of amateur mistakes.
Agree.
I wish I could help him with posing, honestly.
100%. Like, and I'm with you on there. Is there enough evidence to state that he did not deserve it? Absolutely not. If me looking at him as a judge, and we're talking about everything in terms of the division, and we're looking at structure, shape, balance, symmetry, conditioning, in presentation, he had it all, right? And if you look at him in comparison to the other guys, I would say that his shape is superior. And to be honest, when we're looking at everything in terms of a judge, they're looking at shape more than they are conditioning. And I'm not, and this is not to say that Sam was not conditioned, because he was fucking absolutely conditioned. Yeah. It's just these other two guys may have been a little bit more conditioned, but at the same time, it's not a conditioning fucking show. It's not. But when you're looking at Sam, he coached himself, right? Coached himself the entire time. So could it be a peaking process or a peaking problem as to why he couldn't really get some certain things as full? But again, conditioned out of his mind. Now, did he help out, or did somebody help him out with his posing? I would hope so. Or he literally took the feedback that he got and he made the drastic improvements to fucking come in fuller, which he did, and come in. I mean, I would say that he was arguably tighter than he was originally, and then his posing was much better. 100%. Now, like you're saying, on the back, when he goes to the back, obviously, I'm not going to say that he won every shot, for sure not. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. On his back, he's fucking wide. He's just not. He doesn't has the density. Yeah. He doesn't have the detail in his back. It's just not there yet. He's still fucking young. Yeah. But
who were the other two guys he was going up against?
Do we know? Absolutely not. I mean,
no one really stuck out to me. You know what I'm saying?
Again, looking at what is in front of the judges. He was the best out of the three. I'm sorry. I can't. Yeah.
And I think if it was even even, right? If it was even, and you had arguably one of the biggest sensations that's hit the YouTube scene, probably in my lifetime, right? This guy is, I mean, he's that big. Besides Chris Bumstead, he's like right there.
Huge. He's the largest freaking fitness influencer in the world right now.
And you have that guy on stage, and you're a judge. Bro, you're gonna pick the guy, bro. Come on, like you're gonna pick the guy that's gonna bring millions of dollars to the sport, or just bring light to the sport, because in bodybuilding needs light, right?
Right, absolutely.
We're trying to do our best, like Donald Trump. Just I don't know if you saw that, but Donald Trump, Phil Heath went to one of Donald Trump's like press conferences.
Okay.
And you see him shout him out. He's like, we have 7-time Mr. Olympia Phil Heath in here.
Oh, no shit.
And Phil Heath's like, you know, it was super fucking cool. So that kind of stuff, we need to normalize bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And Sam is on a very fast track to do it. So regardless if it was, the best person should win, but it was arguable, right? It was all arguable. I'm not upset about it. People could cry about it.
Yeah.
They're just retarded, man. People, all them trolls online, they're just talking shit to talk shit.
Yeah.
I think that he deserved it. He busted his ass. He went out of his way to spend the last 10 years, probably, I don't know how old he is, but a long time invested in the sport. I'm glad it paid off for him.
Yeah. So, I mean, if I remember, I mean, correct, guys, I'm sure y'all correct me if I'm fucking wrong, but he started out as a gymnast. He was a gymnast initially. And if you look at every gymnast, right, have you ever seen a gymnast, like full, you know, adult gymnast? I think he stopped being a gymnast around like 16 or something like that. And then he went to pursue diving. But the gymnasts that you've seen, built head to toe, look like little fucking bodybuilders, or is it just me and I'm fucking wrong?
Yeah, I mean, they're all in shape. The
Right.
thing is, they have to do some crazy
Stuff
being in the gym. You got to be physically fit. It at
Absolutely.
least builds a good natural foundation for you.
That's what I was going to say.
And then you go into it. And
The
flexibility
foundation
makes a difference.
Absolutely. It's going to allow you to range of motion, to really get deep in the stretch, lengthen the muscle, and then you already have the ability in the mind muscle connection to shorten it to its most shortened length. So he's got all the properties from when he started freaking gymnastics to go into diving and then taking it on to bodybuilding to build an insane structure. And I believe that he's done that. Now, when he goes, obviously he's a pro. If he were to step on stage in a fucking pro stage now, he's getting fucking whomped. You know what I mean? Let's just be real.
Yeah, he's gonna.
You know, he's gonna get fucking whomped. So
that was my next question, dude. Do you think he'll ever make it to the Olympia?
I mean, I'm not going to say that he won't. It's going to take him a couple years.
Yeah.
I would have in his future. It's 100%. I know that he's fucking young. He's definitely going to get there.
You think so?
Now, I believe that he will get there faster if he fucking hires a coach. Not to say anything. I mean, again, you've done 2 bodybuilding shows. Great. You fucking first place overall on your first one, and then you first placed overall on your second to win your pro card. I'm not saying that you don't know what you're doing, but you don't know what you're fucking doing. Yeah. Let's just, you know what I mean? Like, let's be real about it.
I think it's hard because it's the same thing as Samson, right? If you keep winning, then why would you switch?
True.
Right? You could use yourself for an example, right? There was probably things that you know now, looking back, that it was working for us in the beginning. Yeah. But now we have to make switches. Do you agree with that?
100%.
There's things that we have to work on, and I think he and Samson need to go back to that drawing board. But they have to realize it. They got to lose first, right? Samson lost. I mark my words. We will see the best Samson we've ever fucking seen, and I cannot wait to see it. And I hope. Just wait, bro. Samson, just take a year off, bro. Go to the Olympia. Just let me see you there. But I think we're gonna see a monster. Yeah. I think Sam. I don't think ever. I'm gonna early predictions. I don't think he'll ever win. I don't think he'll ever won a pro show, dude.
You don't think so?
I don't think his structure's there. He reminds me a lot of like Wesley, right? As far as like the thick midsection, he doesn't have the best vacuum, right? It's gonna be tough for him. It's gonna be so he'd have to pick the right show with nobody there. If he goes to New York Pro, he's gonna get slaughtered. If he goes to Texas Pro, he's gonna get slaughtered. If he goes anywhere big, he's gonna get slaughtered. And Sam Sulek will pick a big show. He will not pick a small show. So he will get. He's going to be almost like Sadiq.
Regardless of what show that he picks, it's going to be big because everybody's going to know 16 weeks out. If he announces it on his vlogs and shit. But
yeah, I think it reminds me a lot of Sadiq. Sadiq was huge as like an influencer at the beginning.
Right, okay.
Killing it in men's physique. He went to Classic. I don't think he ever didn't get first call-outs because of his name, but he never got more than like 5th or 6th in Classic. I think he won one, went to Olympia. But
he went to the Olympia.
Yes,
I'm pretty sure he won fucking top 3 in Olympia.
The Olympia was different back then. I'm talking about now, current Olympia.
Current Olympia now, he's getting fucking whomped.
He's not
but Sadiq just stated clearly that it's either he's going to quit, which he's not going to fucking quit, or 2, he's going to move up to Classic.
He has to.
So now he's moving up to Classic again.
Yeah. I don't think he's ever making it back to Olympia, bro.
You don't think so?
Never in a chance, bro. He's done. He's retired. That's just me, and I love Sadiq. I'm a huge Sadiq fan. When he was battling Homeboy back in the day, huge fucking Sadiq fan.
Yeah,
I love him, but I don't think that he's ever gonna make it again. This too good now, man.
Yeah, these motherfuckers are nasty.
Logan Franklin, bro.
Yeah, Logan Franklin, dude. You see fucking Jack Eagles, bro?
Jesus, let's talk about Classic a little bit. No, I did not see who that is. I only saw Logan.
Dude, Jack Eagles is I think he's the youngest IFBB pro here in the UK. Okay. And I've seen his YouTube here and there a few times, but this motherfucker is looking nasty right now.
Did he do the Arnold?
No, he did not do the Arnold. I think he's doing a competition with, and Wesley Vissers is going to be there.
Okay.
And I mean, to be honest, I think he's gonna fucking whomp Wesley.
So what do you think happened with Wesley?
So looking at it, I tried to do a little bit of research on that. I found out that he was actually sick prior to the competition, like flu, nasty sick.
Right.
And so obviously that's going to play effect on your physique, man. Yeah. His waist was wider. I don't think his legs were as full. Definitely not. Yeah. You know, he just wasn't there. He just wasn't there. To me, is what I thought. I mean, he was present in there, but like in terms of his best physique and what we saw last year on the Arnold, no fucking shot, bro. Yeah, no shot.
He was not. Now Logan, guys,
best Logan I've ever seen.
He's my favorite classic physique competitor right now. You know, not only because can he win shows? I don't care if he wins shows, bro. I don't care. I like his look. He reminds me a lot of me. He reminds me a lot of the old school bodybuilders, right? That just come in, peeled to the bone. Not the best structure. I mean, he's amazing.
Great structure.
We're talking 1% structure, guys, but we're talking like that Chris Bumstead. He doesn't have Chris Bumstead structure, right? A little bit wide on the waist, but when he is conditioned, he's beating everyone, bro. Dude, and he just did it this weekend. You know what? He got third.
He got second.
Second? Jesus fuck, bro. Oh my god, that's what I'm saying. Because he nailed the conditioning. I've never seen a class with these guys conditioned as Logan Franklin this past weekend. What do you think?
I think he looked fucking amazing, dude. I believe, I'm with you on that in terms of his conditioning. However, I can arguably say that Matt Grego had around the same conditioning as him.
You think so?
I think so. They're very similar in terms of their conditioning, but I think Logan just had a better structure than Matt at this point. Matt has a little bit more room to grow.
Yeah,
he's got more room to go, but amazing athlete. Love you, Matt, bro. Like you're nasty. You placed third at the fucking Arnold. Like, bro, you can't. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Well, that's a huge accomplishment, bro. You wiped out Wesley Vissers when he was on the outside, bro, on the outside, and then they switched fucking Matt Grego to fucking with Wesley. I was like, yes, let's fucking go. Baby. Yeah, his conditioning is king. But again, it's about all things. It's not just the conditioning. Conditioning is the icing on the fucking cake. If you can nail structure, shape, fucking symmetry, balance, as well as the conditioning as a fucking trump card, dude, you're coming in there swinging, bro.
Yeah.
So
I think Matt Grego is on a fast track.
Dude, he's looking nasty. I think that he's going to be real.
Do you think he'll ever win the Olympia?
I'm not there yet, especially if Mike Sommerfeld's there. It's not going to happen. Hey, I'm just being honest. Mark Sommerfeld has the most fucking clean structure in men's in classic physique to this day right now.
There's like a softness to him too.
Dude, it's
so bubbly. It's almost like a men's physique competitor. You know how like bubbly they are? Yeah. But just in classic form.
Dude.
And it's bubbly.
Dude, the X frame that this guy has is just fucking nasty.
Now, do you think he's going to win? Do you think Rough Diesel's going to come back?
I think Rough Diesel's going to look amazing because, you already know that he knows how to fucking pose. He knows how to work his angles. He knows what he's doing in the presentation. Is he going to come with the amount of conditioning that we need to see from him? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been a while for him. What is it, 2 years that he's not, or?
I think it's last year. I think he took off 1 year.
So he took off 1 year.
2 years. It's been a while since we've seen him.
I haven't seen Ruff. I haven't seen Ruff in a while, but I love the guy. I know that he's going to bring a nasty physique coming into the next one. But we're going to have to see. I think that they are similar in kind of shape and structure, but I believe that Mike's a little taller, and it's always the taller guys.
Insane. Like he was insane, and I can make the argument that he possibly could have beat Chris.
I absolutely think that he can beat Chris Bumstead if Chris Bumstead was going to. No, I mean
he could have beat him last year. Like
I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, I thought he looked amazing. I wouldn't have been mad either.
I was looking at the more I was watching that, the more my eyes were going to Mike. I was like, wow, this guy's good.
100%. So do you think that they gave it to fucking Chris because they knew the fact that he was going to retire?
I think that has a huge play a part of it. I don't think Chris was bad though. I don't think it was bad. You have to beat the fucking champ, right? In my opinion. And I think for Chris having that legacy, knowing that he was gonna be his last Olympia, they wanted to give him that out. Same thing as like Sid Gillen, even though Sid's insane, she's never losing. No,
she's never.
But they know when you're gonna retire. I'm sure Chris had a conversation, right?
Yeah,
they help him a little bit. Now I still don't think he lost. I still think Chris won. I think it was close. It was the first time that we've seen a battle with Chris Bumstead.
I would agree.
Made an argument.
I agree
that it could have went either way with him. So this year, going into this Olympia, my early prediction is that Mike is gonna clean house. He's getting what's his, and he's bringing it home.
It's definitely Mike's, bro. I would 100% agree that Mike is going to win this Olympia if he keeps his shit together, and I know that he can.
Yeah,
he's on that. He's on that fucking mindset, his fucking one track mind. He's gonna do it. I don't think he's gonna competing in another show at this point. I hope to God he doesn't. I hope he fucking wraps it up.
Yeah.
And then just fucking comes in nasty as fuck for the Olympia.
Yeah, because we got Ramon coming back. Urs, I'm sure, is coming back. Urs did great this year, right? So this is going to be a cool Olympia. You know, this might be one of those Olympias that we might want to travel to because for Classic League only specifically because even fucking Open, bro. Come on, it's going to be.
Open's going to be a battle, bro.
Everything's a battle, right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's going to be a new champion in Classic League now. You know, Chris Bumstead's done. He's retired. At least for now. I don't think he's coming back. If he does, years later, maybe. He's never coming back, guys. In my opinion.
I don't think that he will.
He would never. He'd be stupid, bro. You have the money. You have the fame.
Yeah,
you have the
just
girl. You have the
fucking
life.
just wrap
you have
it
the
up,
house.
dude.
You have the gym. Be fucking dumb, bro. Enjoy your life now. Just enjoy bodybuilding. Yeah. And, you know, I'm really excited about this Olympia. We're going to have a new champion, right? In Classic Physique. Going to reign, right? But I don't know if Mike is a Chris Bumstead. I don't know if he's going to be that.
Reign?
I don't think he's going to reign. I think he's going to get one, but I think there's people catching him. I think that it could go. I think Ramon could catch him eventually, right? I think that Terrence could pull an upset, right?
I think Terrence could probably do it. If I was going to say anybody, it'd probably
just from dude's back toe bicep is insane. Terrence might have some of the best back toe bicep we've seen, right? Almost like an early Breon, like when Breon first came out, it was unbelievable. But we'll see what happens. But anyway, let's get to one more big topic. You know, there was a loss in bodybuilding. A lot of controversy about this one. Not controversy. A lot of back and forth between, you know, Goob and a lot of people talking crap about this coach and like just a lot of little things. So her name was Jody. I don't know the most about this. It's really hard to find information on this, guys. It's so fresh. It just happened. But long story short, she was 20 weeks out from a show. I think she was like 20 or 21 years old.
Yeah, something like that.
She ended up passing away at the Arnold really quick. Something crazy happened, right? So God rest her soul. I don't know what happened. But Goob got caught in the middle of it somehow. Yeah. Everyone think it was Goob was coaching her, so everyone was blowing Goob up. He made a post. So I just want to talk about losses in bodybuilding. You know, if it's the coach to blame, what is your initial reaction on that?
Dude, I mean, the girl's 20 years old, passing away. Like, for what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. Bodybuilding is great. Like, the love of the sport. But she's 20 years old and she doesn't have the education or the knowledge to understand what she's doing at this point. So somebody in her age is probably heavily reliant on her coach. And in being so reliant on your coach, you're going to eat up every word that they say. You're going to follow the plan as much as you can, especially if you're trying to turn pro. I don't think she was a pro yet.
So I've heard rumors that she was doing things off plan because she wanted to be in shape for something. Maybe for the Arnold to look a different way. People do that, man. You know,
yeah.
Occasion coming up, they want to look good.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that.
Exactly. So maybe she was doing some other stuff off. Maybe she did some diuretics.
So some people were speculating that she was
diuretics.
How do you die
at fucking 20, bro? Like 21.
I don't know, like, dude.
I don't care how much gear you fucking take. I don't know if you're dying at 21.
People were saying dehydration, and dehydration would be a, fucking byproduct of diuretics. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, heavily dehydrated to the point to where there was no water out whatsoever.
And this is us speculating, guys. This is us just talking because if you look at most of the deaths in bodybuilding, it's from diuretics or massive amount of PD use. Dallas McCarver, God rest his soul, right? Stuff like that. Massive amount of PD use for a long period of time. But this goes 20, right?
20 years old, bro.
We don't know. This is what I try to tell people, man. When people come to me to be a coach, I always tell people, I want to do this for a long time, not a short time.
Exactly.
Right?
I tell them all that.
There's no reason to rush, guys. And you don't know what you're born with either. You don't know if you're born with just a genetically weak heart, a valve that's partially closed. You just don't know what's happening, right? And I love getting blood work. I love getting, I would love to see this girl's blood work, right? I doubt we'll ever see it, but maybe an autopsy. I would love to see what exactly caused this because it could be a big wake-up call for a lot of girls. Yeah. Was it diuretics? Was it the PD she was running, right? But she's just so young, man. Dude, I don't know. It's just sad to see.
Old, bro. Like, it's such a sad loss. I noticed that somebody commented on our stuff. Miss Rachel Daniels over there in Tampa, physique athlete, IFBB pro, fucking amazing poser, one of the best posers that I've seen in this lifetime probably. But she used to coach her in posing.
Wow.
Yeah, and so, she knew her personally, and she put something out there. I don't know what's going on, whatever. This is just a sad part of my life. It's crazy to hear that she just doesn't feel real to her. So to have, it's just nuts, bro. Like, if you are the coach, like, dude, come out from under your fucking rock, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you better make a damn statement.
So I guess what happened is that he was at the Arnold. He had a booth at the Arnold, and he went to the Arnold even after her death. He went there, and his thing was like, look, she would have wanted me to be here for her. She would have wanted me to continue this for us. That was his thought process of it. I feel bad for coaches when athletes die, right?
Yeah.
I personally do because, you know, George DeBull, right? I think it's Aaron, whatever it was. I know his name's Aaron. I'm pretty sure the one that used to coach him. He was so distraught, bro, when George died, right? He was very distraught. He found him in his hotel room, you know, just very unfortunate circumstance. It was guys like 3 days before the Olympia.
Yeah.
George DeBull passed away, right? We don't know what it was. Could have been, I think it was probably diuretics, of course, right? He was probably the most conditioned guy I've ever seen ever in my entire life. Spinach and fucking tilapia, that was his thing. But it's sad to see, man, because coaches, it's not always the coach's fault.
It's not.
It's not always the coach's fault, and the coaches are always the first to blame. Like, I do coach a lot of masters competitors, right? We could have a loss at any given day after the age of 40, you know, just from what you've personally done in your lifetime, how much drugs you do your whole life, how much all this stuff. So if somebody does pass away, sometimes it's not always the coach's fault. Sometimes that's just how life is, and it was your time to go. The reason why I'm taking the girl side a little bit more on this one was because she was 20.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Age.
That just blows my mind.
And she wasn't close to a contest.
No.
That's scary to me,
Yeah.
right? If you're close to a contest, man, you're 3 days out, you're pumping diuretics, your coach put you on too much diuretics, or maybe you accidentally didn't know the dose, you put a little, and you pass away, that's one thing, right? But when you're 20 years old and you pass away, it's just, you got to start looking at the coach. What was going on, right? Or, again, is he right? Was she doing things off plan, not getting her blood work done, doing shit because she went doing diuretics, going into Arnold to look good for a fucking photo? Guys, it's bodybuilding. You have to be safe. You have to be healthy. That is my primary concern.
I get that. I mean, and just so like for me, we're going to go to this seminar. I hit up David and I was like, "Yo, look, I'll help out at any capacity that I can. You know, if you need me to pose or whatnot, I'll help you pose or whatever I can do." And he's like, yeah. If we do that, you know, just know we're going to fucking work you. I was like, all right, shit, cool. So I'm eating fish for this week, but I'm not taking any fucking diuretics. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
That. Yeah.
Exactly.
Lean out.
But I just want to get some of the water out, see what the heck happens. I mean, our carbs are still high, everything else is high, but I'm just changing my source of meat. I'm not necessarily doing anything crazy. I'm not going to smash some diuretics just to get up on the stage. I don't give a fuck if I look the way I look. That's fine. It doesn't matter to me. Yeah. Our show is fucking 16 weeks out. I don't care. We're gonna be fine.
Look awesome.
Hey,
you could pose right now and still look fucking amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you're there, are you gonna be posing and stuff?
I don't know what he's gonna have us do. I don't know. Okay. So I mean, if that's the case, cool. Or if I'm just gonna be one of the guys that helps pose the the guys.
I'm sure you're gonna be one of the ones that help pose the guys.
Yeah,
which is 100%.
Awesome.
It's good. You're a pro. Put yourself out there more. Face the name.
That's what I'm trying to do.
It's awesome. It's gonna be good. Plus, you get back to the community. I coach kids all week long. That's all I do is coach kids now. It's crazy though. I'm just never thought I'd be coaching this many kids, but it's rewarding, and it's fun. And it also, you do it for the community. I spend time out of my day to do it for the kids, not just my son. I coach like 20, 30 freaking little kids, man. And to see them grow is awesome. So when you go there and you train these people, right. And then you're going to see them hit the posing on stage. It's going to be awesome. It's a good feeling.
I think it'll be pretty cool. The one thing that we didn't cover was wellness. Did you look at wellness at all?
Wow. Yeah. Big upset.
What the
Big
fuck,
upset.
Right? Let's fucking go, dude. Everybody was wanting Issa, and I was like, nah, I'm sorry. This girl's fucking nasty.
Well, how do you pronounce her name?
Dude.
And
yeah, dude, it's nuts.
It's a weird name. I'll talk real quick on Issa. I've never been the biggest fan of Issa in my entire life. No? I just don't like the way she's structurally put together. I think it's just she's done an amazing job at doing what she can with her structure. I think she has like too long of a torso. Her abs aren't really truly. She never gets like a really truly small waist.
Right.
And I think she just came in off. I think it was a slight off, and I think this girl came in on. But dude, this girl's posing. You know what I think won? This girl's posing over Issa's was next level.
Dude, she was super
next
nasty,
level, bro. And it's
just
also the confidence when you walk out. When you walk out and you've got it, right? Yeah, you're going to have a different confidence. It's spewing through your fucking pores. Derek Lunsford, what did I say? When he went to Olympia last year, I said he had little man syndrome because he knew he was fucking off. He knew he wasn't going to win. He knew he looked off, and you could see it. He's overly trying.
Yeah,
that's what I saw from Issa this weekend when she was posing, because I've seen her compete so many times. I was watching her, and she knew she was a little bit off, right? So you could see it, and this girl knew she was on, and she was on. This girl's waist was mid fucking tight.
Very on.
She reminds me a lot of Francielli.
Yeah. That's exactly what I thought too. That's exactly what I thought. I saw them both up there, and I was like, "Ooh, man, that looks like Francielli, dude."
Yes, with the whole fucking the hair flip.
I just, I could agree with you. It's just it was the way that Issa was walking. It's just there wasn't a confidence in her step that she normally would have.
Agreed.
And this other girl was just Eduarda Becerra. Dude, she was freaking nasty.
She has 272,000 followers, guys. Watch her in the next 6 months. She's gonna be like
She's gonna be at 1 million.
Yeah, she probably was like 200 before.
Dude,
this.
shoot, right there. Yeah. There's another freaking Olympia title that was bam.
Do you think Issa made a mistake?
I mean, I think she was chasing the money again, but then I think she wanted the title. Wasn't she? She was the last year's Arnold as well, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Correct. So I think she wanted to defend her title, and then it just didn't go her way. I think that she should have won the Olympia, and like we've said, just fucking turn it off.
Turn it off.
Turn it off. It's okay. You don't have to defend your title.
Yep.
You don't. You really need to get back into your shit, fucking get healthy, and then go back into it with a healthy head of fucking steam, ready to go for the Olympia.
Yeah.
And she's so, again, she's off the excitement and the thrill of winning the Olympia that she just was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and she just didn't. She didn't nail it.
I think that me and you could both relate to this. That bodybuilding is really hard,
Yeah.
right? And if you look at both of these competitors, Samson and Issa, they've been competing. They've been prepping for a long time. Samson, God rest his soul, that motherfucker's been prepping since last September, October, maybe August, bro. What was the first show he did? He did like some show in the in Europe.
Yeah, he did something in Europe.
It was like Romania Pro, whatever the fuck it was, right?
Romania or Prague.
He's been in prep since 12 weeks minimum before that one. He did the Arnold that earlier year, right? Won it. Kept fucking competing. He didn't compete till that last show, but let's just say he did that. He's been prepping since June, maybe May of last year. He talked about it very openly. I don't know if you watched his video, that it was a very hard prep because he had to keep pushing, right? Mm-hmm. Your body's going to not respond. Your body's not going to respond eventually. You have to learn when you win the best title in the fucking world, there is zero title that matters after that. Mm-hmm. There is no reason to step. You're belittling yourself as a Mr. Olympia champion to step across another fucking stage. That is below you, right? Phil Heath, bro, never won an Arnold Classic title in his entire career. Never won it.
You're right.
Guess what? The motherfucker's got 7 Mr. Olympia titles. Because if he was chasing that Arnold Classic title, that means that he would have to prep an extra 4 months out of the year just to make the Arnold Classic, and then go in an offseason, have a half-ass offseason.
Yeah.
These people got to learn, man. Look at history, guys. Look at history. What happened to Ronnie Coleman? He lost to Gunter because he wanted to keep fucking pushing, okay? Don't do that shit.
Yeah.
Win the Olympia, call it a day.
Yeah. Fucking pull the brakes and just fucking relax.
Yes.
And then wait for that next Olympia. You've earned the title. You've earned your rest at this point. You've earned your health phase. Fucking take it, cherish it. It's all good, and then move on. You lose that title, cool. Lose the title, and then go to the fucking Arnold.
Then go to Arnold. Yeah, pull like a Brandon Curry, right? Go later.
You know what I mean?
If you lose it, then go, okay, let me go see who get an Arnold Classic. Pull a Hadi Chupin. I didn't think he did the Arnold, right? When he was winning Olympia, he didn't do it. He just went off season. But then when he lost, he showed up and won.
He won.
You get your name back, right? I'm fucking here, right? I'm coming to get my title. Then Hadi had such a big lead up to that Olympia, right? Everyone's going to be talking about Derek Lunsford now. No one's talking about Samson. I mean, they're talking about him, but he has a lot to prove now, you know, because he wanted to keep competing and do something different. Yeah. I am done with seeing, guys, listen, I am fucking done with seeing Mr. Olympia competitors win one time and not win again. Can somebody reign? I want to see a reigning champion, bro.
Yeah.
I want to see a 7-time champion. I want to see an 8-time champion again. I want to see a 4-time champion, a 5-time champion. That's personally what I want to see. I don't know about you, but I love reigning champions. What do you got on that topic?
I mean, I'm down for that too, but again, it builds that name. It builds more of a prestige with it. You know, it's like, okay, well, this guy keeps coming in better and better and better and better. And what the fuck is this guy doing? Well, I'll tell you what he's not doing. He's not fucking competing at any other shows other than the Olympia.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He's really taking it seriously in terms of what he needs to do for this next one. But you know, we saw that with Derek. Derek didn't fucking compete at all, and then he came back with this one, and he was just off. Like. Yeah. You know, so did he have the chance to do that? He absolutely did, and it sucks to see that he didn't. But at this point, he came back and he said, "You know what? Fuck this. Samson's going to the Arnold. Cool. I'm gonna go to the fucking Arnold too, and we're gonna win this title. So this gives me another chance to go up against him." He's like, it might not be a smart move for you, which it wasn't.
But he did it.
But he did it, and he came in there. So now, I mean, leading up to the Olympia, like Samson, he had so much to prove then, and then he won it. And now he's fucking lost his momentum. And now he's got more shit to prove again. And it's just like, fuck, now you got to, you took this huge chip off your shoulder just to put it fucking right back on there, dude.
Poor guy, bro. Poor guy, and I think Derek is going to he's very happy.
Derek is fucking ecstatic. Thank you, Derek, for bringing that shit back to Tampa, baby. Let's go.
Baby, Florida, let's go. No, I'm very happy for Derek, man. I'm happy for Derek. I am hopefully happy for Samson because the same way I looked at Derek, when he was leading up, is the same way I look at Samson. Yep. He's got it, bro. He's the person to me that could pull a Ronnie Coleman 98, right? I
think so.
To shock the world, to shock the fucking world. I wish to God I could coach him. I know people think I might not be able to do it, but I know what he's doing wrong, and I know what we could do. He's just perfect, right? He has everything. He needs to get away from the pizza, bro.
Yeah, he definitely
needs to put the fucking fork down and get on that damn cardio machine and fucking work his ass off and go prove me wrong, right? Really prove me right at this point because I'm on his side now. Prove me right, out-condition them all, and just fucking go get the title.
Yeah, dominate.
And I will be so fucking happy.
He has all the fucking tools necessary to dominate.
Yeah.
It's just
this Olympia is gonna be hard to bet. This is a hard to bet one. This is hard because you got Derek. He knows that he has to nail it. Got a new coach, Chris. Now you have Samson that is just has all the potential in the world. And I don't even think I say potential because I don't think we've seen. I think we've seen at 70% Samson Dowdle.
I would agree with that. I don't think we've seen 100%. We haven't seen the man come in as good as we know that he can.
Yes.
And we're coaches, brother. It's not like, again, you have this thing with Samson to where it's not like, you put him down, but at the same time in the back of your head, the fucking potential's there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And you want him to do it. You want him to fucking do it. And it's just every time that he doesn't, it's just like fucking, I know you can do it. Exactly. Just please prove me wrong. I want to see you at your best, and you haven't brought your best yet. The best Samson that we've ever seen to this date was this last year's Olympia. And
yeah, you know who he reminds me of actually, and it's the same feeling I had, bro, is Keon Pearson, right? When I used to see Keon Pearson come to the stage looking the way he does, my jaw would drop, but I would be so angry because I know he was cheating. Like, I know he was doing stop playing. He's admitted it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
He's fucking admitted it. And look at what he did last year when he brought it. I was like full of love. Like, that's how I'm going to feel when I see Samson hitting it 100%. 100% Samson Dowdle, I promise you. Yeah,
it's killing everybody.
Nobody's touching him.
No,
Not a shot in hell anybody's touching him. But he needs to do it at least do it once. Yeah. Do it fucking once for me. Do it once for me, Samson. I know you don't know who the fuck I am, but do it once for me. Do it once for the fans.
Come on, man.
We believe in you.
Build that steel trap up here and just work, brother. That's all it is. Yeah. So in terms of Derek, and I know, he can do it as well. I believe that Derek can reign a little bit as well. You know what I mean? Do these guys need to get bigger? Or is it the fact that they need to keep their fullness and stay where they're at? I think no matter what, I think they can continue to improve. But is bigger the answer, or is it more conditioning and fullness?
All right, so I don't think we've seen either one of them at their best. Right, they're still missing body parts. You go back and look at Phil Heath. That man was a god everywhere.
He was top to bottom. Top
to bottom, perfect. Right. Mm-hmm. You look at his pick apart physiques. Right. I still think that. Samson has a lot of work to do in the posterior chain. Everywhere. Hamstrings, glutes, back, done. Front side, fucking world class. World class from the front. Turn from the back, he's getting shit on. Let's be honest. He's getting shit on he's horrible. Really bad back, in my opinion, compared to Derek, right? Turn Derek to the front. Opposite problem. He's lacking the chest. He's working on it. He's catching them, right? Very fast. Me personally, I still think that Derek has small legs. I do. From the front, he doesn't have the legs that needs to be like a Phil Heath, right? To walk out there. Like, dude, look at Sean Ray back in the day, bro. That is symmetry, man. Come on, bro. Look at Ronnie Coleman back in the day. That is symmetry. Nobody has it right now. The only person, in my opinion, that has all the muscle is Martin Fitzwater.
Dude, yes, let's fucking go. Dude, his ceiling is so fucking high.
That's the one. When I look at a bodybuilder, top to bottom. Completion, right?
Agreed.
I'm looking at check marks, right? Back, legs, arms, check. Nah, back, nasal, not check, let's check. Chest, no. So that's where we're at with Samson and Derek. Now, the dark horse, Hottie. He does have every single body part. This guy is a complete bodybuilder, and that's why I make the argument he could be there. But then again, Derek, oh my fuck, bro, his back. Oh my God, it's so good. It's so
He's got
good.
the nastiest
He
back,
might
man.
have, he's on the level of Phil Heath in my mind. Phil Heath is better, but I still think he's on that level. Remember Phil Heath 2013, bro?
Dude's fucking
Guys,
stupid,
go back
bro.
and watch this, guys.
Dude,
Go look it up.
When he came out, like everybody
Oh
was
my
mad, whatever. But he came out there, and you're just like, you know,
Back double bicep. His waist is this small,
Yeah, yeah.
but it was his lats. We're just like, bro, what the fuck is this? I don't think Derek has that yet. But don't get me wrong. I mean, it is neck and neck. I'm picking Derek apart now in the back. But I just know what Phil Heath brought, and he's the best of all time, in my opinion. So it's like he's right there, you know, or Ronnie Coleman. But I don't know. We'll see. Time's gonna fucking tell, guys. That was enough, I think, breakdown of the Arnold Classic.
absolutely.
We need you guys liking, subscribing.
Please.
Please, guys, come on. We're at what, 366 subscribers?
Yeah, 366 subscribers, and I mean, we look at the viewers, and there's like fucking 70% of y'all that haven't subscribed yet. Please, just hit that little subscribe button for us.
It helps a lot.
Yeah, it helps out with the algorithm and all that good jazz, and all, you know, hit that bell notification so you know when these are coming out. You know.
Yep. And if you guys want to be a part of this podcast, please reach out to us. We will book you. Not everyone in the whole world can get booked, right? But reach out to us, guys. If you're interested, we'll put you on the list, and we're gonna get it going. So next time, let's go.
Let's go.